Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Capital City Baptist Church. Today's devotional is titled, Let's Practice Being in the Light. Our scripture reading is found in John chapter 3, verse 21, and it reads like this. For everyone who does evil hates the light and does not come to the light, so that his deeds will not be exposed. But the one who practices the truth comes to the light, so that his deeds will be revealed as having been performed in God. Well, I think it's no secret that aside from my regular service as a teacher and music minister, I've also been and continue to be a piano teacher. I have had a little over 34 years of experience in private piano lessons, and throughout those years, I have certainly grown in my craft. I have learned to see the difference between raw talent as opposed to hard work from those that are not naturally talented. I've seen young people with tremendous potential either go far in ability, while at the same time, I've seen others just throw it all away for their lack of commitment despite their natural talent. I've also seen others with less of natural talent move forward and achieve great things because of their determination and commitment. But while there are some with natural talent and others without, one thing is for certain. Whether natural or not, both must practice if the goal is to achieve a level of excellence. Good piano playing does not come easily, and it doesn't just happen. Good piano playing requires hours upon hours of practice and commitment. Just like any skill that requires mastery, piano playing cannot and will not happen for just wishing it to be so. In today's verse, John 3:21, it tells us that for everyone who does evil hates the light and does not come to the light so that his deeds will not be exposed. But the one who practices the truth comes to the light so that his deeds will be revealed as having been performed in God. Now, in this passage about light versus darkness, we find two types of people, one who walks toward the light versus the one who walks away from the light and heads towards darkness. The one walks towards the light does so because of his or her love for the light. These individuals have become, in essence, sold out for the desire for light and thus walk with him, the light. Those that walk towards darkness is for their desire for evil. They are not interested in the light, or in other words, righteousness. No, instead they desire that which goes contrary to the light, and every move they make is towards darkness because they don't want to be exposed, on the contrary. And I've always wondered, how is it that criminals and those that do evil become that way? When you look at newborn babies, all you see is, well, at least in our eyes, we see innocence. I mean, I'm fully aware that we are all born with a sinful nature because of the fall of man. I get that. But at the same time, we all are afforded the opportunity to do what is right and seek to do what is right. However, as a teacher who has observed one generation after another of students come and go, I find that those who gravitate to doing wrong make it a point to practice doing wrong, and they purposely seek out others of, if you will, like-minded behavior. The old saying of birds of the same feather flock together could not be more true when observing those who seek to practice wrongdoing. They actually egg each other on to take the next step in doing that which is wrong and further ridicule that which is right. And of course, as those individuals who follow after darkness continue down that path, their deeds become more and more despicable and evil. Darkness takes practice. And all we have to do is read the newspaper or internet news feeds, and we will see the behavior of the world and realize that evil is very much alive and well, and it continues in its quest to breed others, preparing young recruits to continue this vicious cycle of wrongdoing that never ends, at least not in this world. But what about those who do not follow darkness? What about those that actually want to follow the light? Well, in keeping with the principle of practice makes perfect, the desire to follow the light and do right requires practice too. You cannot master what you do not practice. The verse in the book of Revelations comes to mind when considering those who want to be in the light but don't practice the principles of the light. These are what the Lord calls the lukewarm, those who are content with just getting the rays of the light but doing little to nothing in being in the light. No practice, no commitment. Just taking in a ray or two of light, but refusing to practice. The follower and doer of the principles of the light must practice those principles. He must surround himself with and seek the counsel and support of those who likewise practice those principles. Being in the light requires practice as well. And when practice happens, the deeds of that person will reveal true commitment and devotion to the Father of light. And so, what is our challenge for us today? Well, I think it's quite obvious, isn't it? If we consider ourselves to be followers of the light, we must practice what we say we follow. Our deeds, not necessarily our words, are what must speak for themselves that we are in the light. If we say we are children of the light, and then our behavior should reflect and emulate that which we say we are. Are our deeds a reflection of the Father of lights or the Father of lies? Is our daily practice an effort to walk in the light or just an effort to absorb a few rays that benefit us but do nothing for the kingdom of heaven? In essence, are we practicing what we preach? You know what? Here it is. May it be that we are not just words that the wind carries away, but that instead we be a beacon of hope to a dying world that needs to see true Christianity practicing what we preach. And so, let's practice being in the light. It's what he taught us. It's what he wants from us. It's what we need to be doing always until he comes. Thank you for listening. May God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday if the Lord wills.